All right, well, so we are here at the Grand Canyon, ready to start our hiking adventure. We did a practice hike back in Mineola. Everything went well. We've got our bags all packed right there. We're about to say goodbye to Katie and Sam and start down the trail. We're taking the South Kaibab Trail down, camping at the bottom, and then the Bright Angel Trail up. All right, let's go, girls. Get those packs on. All right, so we made it to South Kaibab Trailhead. Beautiful view of the canyon. Our trail starts right up there. We're about to head down 6 miles to the river. All right, we are here at the part of the South Kaibab Trail known as the Chimney, because it's like a circle that has switchbacks going down. You can see the switchbacks down below there. Sam and Lydia are up ahead a little bit. We'll check in once we get a little bit lower. All right, we made it through the Chimney, and now we're on this little bit more level part, not as many switchbacks. I wanted to show you during the icy part of this hike, we had to use these things called crampons, which is an interesting name, or sometimes called micro spikes that clip to the bottom of your shoes to give you better traction in ice. So Lydia, lift up the bottom of your shoe and show. Yeah. All right, I think we are about to take them off though, because there's not looking like there's any more ice. All right, we're on this little straight stretch. We had our first fit change because it was a little bit hotter down here in the sun. Lydia's now in shorts. Abby took off her puffer jacket. Still wearing the same ski pants, I think. Sam, all his clothes still on. I don't know if he's sweating in there or not. Are you sweating, Sam?
I'm fine.
He says he's fine. Just to show you where we've come from, the trail, the chimney that we came down is right up there. You can maybe see the switchbacks. We're almost at Ooh-Ah Point. There's Abby and Lydia rounding the corner. And this down here, this turnaround where there's a few people, that's Ooh-Ah Point. That's where we will say goodbye to Sam and head on our own. All right, we made it to Ooh-Ah Point. Abby and Lydia are taking pictures of the sign for some reason. Sam and I are sitting up here at the point, and you can see almost all of the trail. So here it comes down here to this plateau area. I forget what the name of that is. Maybe I'll show you the map pretty soon here so you can see the different places. And then it kind of follows over here, around the bend, and then there's these switchbacks here, kind of maybe the last phase before you get down to the river. All right, we just said goodbye to Sam. He's heading back up. Gonna sleep in the Bright Angel Lodge tonight while we're sleeping in the cold down at the river.
On the cold, hard ground, one might say.
Yes, indeed. That is right. All right, onward and downward. All right, we have continued on, and now Abby is having to carry a pack. Sam offered to carry, well, he didn't offer, he accepted the responsibility of carrying Abby's pack since she's the weakest link on the trip. We need to conserve her energy. So, how's the pack feeling, Abby? She says it's fine. So we came across a little squirrel on a rock here. I think people usually feed him, which is bad. He's gonna jump and attack Abby. Okay, bye, squirrel. So one of the downsides that I've discovered of this hike is you have to look where you put every step, because it's very uneven footing. And so Abby says she could roll down this and be okay. That's what I was saying. So you're looking at the ground the entire time and missing this. right, here we have arrived at Cedar Ridge. A lot of people here resting. The trail continues on that way. We're having a little lunch on this tub crate blue thing here. Here is the map. So we started more or less here and walked along the Rim Trail to the South Kaibab Trailhead, down through the chimney down to Ooh-Ah Point, and that's where we left Sam, and then here to Cedar Ridge. So we've still got a lot to go to get to Bright Angel. I would say we're maybe not quite halfway. Skeleton Point is halfway of the actual trail, not counting the Rim Trail part that we walked. Alright, we have left Cedar Ridge, started down the trail once again. Our next stopping point is called Skeleton Point, and it's in 1.5 miles. And somewhere between right now and Skeleton Point, we will cross the halfway point of our descent. We will check in at Skeleton Point if nothing interesting happens before then. Okay, we made it to Skeleton Point. So we're past halfway. It's now 3:25. We got 3 more hours of daylight. We should be fine to get to camp by dark. Take a little break at Skeleton Point. Check back in a little bit. So we took just a few more steps past Skeleton Point, and we can see the river for the first time, the Colorado River. Woohoo! And also from this same point, we think we can see where we're gonna camp. Bright Angel Campground is that little green oasis spot down there. We're camping on the left side of the creek, although I can't really tell where the campground is or anything, but we're close. So there's a lot of people on this lower part of the trail, little black ants. Still have a long ways to get back up to the top. It's like 4 miles or something. All right, here we are below Skeleton Point. Time for another break. Lydia found this little rock to sit on. This is the view. That's where we started, way up there, somewhere near that pointy rock in the middle. I think we're like 3 miles from being down. 3 miles. So we just took a break at the tip-off and started on down, and there's a Bright Angel Campground down there, and the river flowing past. We're gonna have to make up for lost time to get there before dark. We'll see. A little bit further on the trail. That's our trail right down there, and then we're getting closer to the river right there. So somehow Abby found a new wind. She's actually making good time, so we might actually make it before the sun goes down. She's keeping up with Lydia this time. So we're almost there, maybe. There's the river. You can look almost straight down at our campground. That's it right there. And there's the one, I think it's called the Silver Bridge, and the Black Bridge that we're gonna go across. And we need to find a bathroom. All right, we're on the home stretch. Abby and Lydia forging ahead a little bit. There's the bridge across the river and the tunnel right before it, and the path right over to our campground right over there. And there's some dudes that came in boats. They must have been like inflatable kayaks or something right down there. Pretty cool. I'm almost to the 10-minute mark, so I'm going to end this. All right, we made it to the bottom. Welcome to part 2. We're at the Colorado River. It's a lot hotter down here. I've only got 2 layers and I'm sweating. We just got to go through that tunnel and then out the bridge on the other side, and then quickly over to our campground. We're almost there. We just crossed the bridge to Bright Angel Campground. Girls are across smiling. Bright Angel Creek right here, and up here are the campsites, and then the bathroom is a little further. All right, we made it to our campsite. Abby, what do you got to say?
That was so long. I'm dying.
Lydia? Good.
No worries.
There's the creek over there. We've got a nice close one to the bathroom and the drinking water. We're in site number 22. All right. Okay, it's morning. We slept in our tent right there. There were two forecasts for how cold it was going to get last night. One said 33 and the other one said 37. We don't have a thermometer, so we don't know how cold it was. But it was pretty cold. Abby, how'd you do, Abby? Did you stay warm?
A little. It was cold.
It was cold. Lydia, how you feeling this morning?
I'm fine. I was in shorts, so I was fine.
Your pink moose sleeping bag kept you warm?
Mm-hmm.
All right, good deal. All right, we're all packed up. The tent is now in the bag. Girls have their backpacks on. I'm ready to put mine on, and we're ready to walk 9 miles out of here. So my backpack was a little lopsided. We had to stop and reconfigure it a little bit, and happened to be right by the mule corral, and they just walk around in their own poop, and it smells pretty bad. All right, Abby, this is all just level stuff, but when we start the uphill, what do you think is going to burn more, your lungs, your thighs, or your calves?
Probably my calves.
Calves, okay.
My lungs burn right now, bro.
We made Abby's backpack as light as possible. All it has is the lightest sleeping bag, so it looks full. So she looks like a granola girl instead of a Visco girl. And the trash, which is pretty much just wrappers from food. So this is a part of the Bright Angel Trail where you don't go up, really. It's 1.5 miles of just following the river. A little bit of up and down just to get around things. But it's really pretty. You got the river on the side there and the canyon walls going up both sides. Beautiful place. Okay, so we set goals for each of the checkpoints today, and the first checkpoint is the River Rest House, and we're trying to make it there by 9 o'clock. It's going to be iffy, and the girls made a playlist for the number of minutes until we're supposed to get there to kind of keep them motivated. So we'll let you know if we make it or not. All right, I think we are turning off of the river. You can see it down there, and we're going to follow this creek maybe up. So that means we made it to the River Rest. Oh, unless that's the River Rest House. I don't know. With 15 minutes to spare. So we made good time. Woohoo! All right, first break of the day. Lydia took off some layers. It's still a little brisk, but when you're moving, it gets hot. We're a little bit past the River Rest House in this gorge with a creek running down it. But it did a switchback. The creek did a switchback. I don't know if I've seen that before. It's 2.9 miles to the next checkpoint, and we're gonna try to get there by 11:45 a.m. All right, we came to a little creek crossing. Abby's gonna go first. Can she make it? You got it, Abby? Almost. You can do it, Abby. Yeah. Look at this view. Hiking up this canyon. I think that you can see way up off in the distance is the top of the rim, like the actual rim, south rim of the Grand Canyon. Snow on it still. We got a ways to go. All right, taking another break. Girls over there. I've started to have to push Abby up the hilly parts a little bit to get her to keep going. It's a beautiful canyon here. We left the creek. The creek is way down there, and we've been doing switchbacks coming up to here, and then I think we're gonna come around this bend and then go up over the ridge and hop onto a different creek to go the rest of the way up. So we're switching from the one creek to the other. We've left the creek, but there's this flow of algae type of thing. Looks like you could slide right now. Well, I lied. We weren't leaving that canyon. We just zoomed out a little bit on that algae flow thing and then came back. And that is the trail we were on, maybe 45 minutes ago. Way down there, and then the switchbacks up the edge, and then over to where we are here. So we have definitely left the other creek now, because here's the new creek, the little waterfall cascading down the ravine. It's very windy here. We're at some kind of ridge. How you feeling, Abby? Still following the ravine of this new creek, and we came to this monster big cottonwood tree. I don't know how old it is, maybe 150 years old. Big old cottonwood. Lydia's been zooming up ahead. There she is. Just sits while Abby catches up. All right, we just had a break at, what is it called? Indian Garden, or I think the new name is Havasupai Garden. See it in the background there. We were here maybe 40 minutes or something, so it was a good break. We have and we got refilled water. There was water stations here, and used the bathroom. And we've got 4.5 miles left, and there's a break point at 1.5, and then 3 miles rest. I think they're called rest houses or something. In the summer they have water. So we're aiming for 1:45 to get to the first one, and that's an 1.5 hours from now. So 1.5 hours to go 1.5 miles. Should be doable. We've been making a little bit better time than that today so far, but I think it maybe gets steeper here. All right, over and out. So we're about 30 minutes out of Indian Garden. We've been climbing up this canyon here. You can see the view, and up there as well. Let me show you where we are on the map. So we just crossed over onto a new page when we did this switchback right there, and just turned the corner on this part here. So 3 Mile Rest House is pretty close. I think we're 20 or 25 minutes from getting to it. And our goal was 1:45, which should be doable still, I think. We'll check back in at 3 Mile Rest House. We've come across lots of people that are running the Grand Canyon. Like, one dude was sprinting and he was already at the bottom. And it's insane. And we move like 1 mile an hour and these people are sprinting basically. It's like, I don't know how they do it. So we're at the end of this canyon that we've been climbing from Indian Garden. There's just a wall right here. It must never get sunshine because there's snow stuck to it right there. And then that's the view down the canyon. You can't see Indian Garden anymore down there. So we can finally see 3 Mile Rest House right up there. And we've got 5 minutes to make our goal of 1:45. It's 1:40 right now. So Abby is pushing hard, grunting with every step to make it in time. All right, so we made it to the 3 Mile Rest House with a few minutes to spare. We've been taking like a 8-minute break here so far. How you feeling, Lydia?
I'm good.
Lydia's good. How you feeling, Abby?
Not good.
Not good. Straight up across from us here, it's a mile and a half to the next rest house, which is called the Mile and a Half Rest House because it's a mile and a half from the top. And our goal is to get to that one by 3:15. So here's the canyon we've been hiking up. Abby and Lydia. Abby taking a lino break. And I'm pretty sure that grove of trees in the middle there is Indian Garden that we passed a long time ago. The breaks have started needing to happen about every 5 minutes or so. Abby has to find a rock, but it's okay because the view is incredible. Looking out down the valley, and I think maybe that grove is still Indian Garden. I thought this view was cool because you can see so much of the trail. There it is. And then down in there. All the way back down there. So we made it to the 1.5 mile guest house. I don't think that's not it. I think this thing over here is actually I'm not sure if I'm seeing it. There it is. The 1.5 mile rest house. And we thought we were meeting Sam here, but he's not there yet. And we looked at his location and he's still a ways. So we're going to continue on and try to meet him there. I offered $20 for him to come meet us and carry a backpack back up so that Abby wouldn't have to carry one because she's struggling. So we're getting there, past the 1.5 mile rest house, and it turned into just straight snow. So the girls put their crampons back on like we used at the top of South Kaibab. Lydia, lift up a foot to show your crampon. Yeah. I'm pulling Abby by the hand. Abby, what did you just say about looking up?
I can't look up because then it shows me that we still have 1 million years to go.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. We got Sam. Sam came to rescue us. He's going to carry a backpack so that Abby doesn't have to. But he's going to carry the one Lydia has on. And Lydia will carry the one Abby has on. So, we're like a mile from the top. There's the valley looking down. It's getting colder and colder. You can see the icicle waterfall. And there's a lot less oxygen up here. When the trail gets steeper, you also get to the higher elevation where you are huffing and puffing. I think we're about a half a mile from the top, maybe. Abby found a little hole to curl up and die in. She says she's not going to make it. She's probably just going to have to live here for the rest of her life. Beg for food like a squirrel. Except you're not supposed to feed the squirrels. You think you can make it, Abby? Maybe. The view is still spectacular. We made it. We are at the top of the Bright Angel Trail. We made it back up. There's the canyon behind us. We lived. Over and out.